what it is, what's happening YouTube. It's your boy Srtfied, and I'm back with another video for y'all. Before we get things started, if this is your first time on this channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button ASAP. So if you have been paying attention to my last videos, y'all know that me and the squad, we went down to Orlando for the Orlando Classic weekend, and as soon as I got down there, I started having issues. My car, like it was crazy, because as soon as my car was performing fine, it was driving fine, everything was cool with it until I got off the exit. It's almost like my car said, forget you, I don't feel like turning up this weekend with you, I don't feel like, you know, getting all this stress put on me, all this free smoke that you're trying to give to the crowds and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So my car was just like, forget you. So as soon as I got off the exit, got to the light, as soon as I pulled off, I immediately noticed the car wasn't responding well. It felt like I was riding on 6 cylinders or less. Like it wasn't picking up like it was supposed to. It was shifting weird. It was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe I just need to know, because sometimes cars are weird. Sometimes you shut it off after letting the car cool down, start it back up, it acts just fine. So I'm thinking, I was like, maybe, you know, maybe I had a little bad gas in the system or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I did fill up at a cheap gas station before I went down. But anyways, I waited about 3 hours, went back outside, started the car up. Right after I started it up, I let it run for about 10 minutes and revved the engines a couple of times, and nothing. It didn't sound weird or nothing. So I was like, okay, well, let me just drive it around the block, make sure everything's good. As soon as let me roll these windows up because y'all probably can't hear me. As soon as I got on the gas, I heard this rattling noise. I'm like, what in the world is that? So it's almost sounded like a loose clamp. So I immediately pulled back in the driveway, and you know, all of my club members are outside with me, so all of them are like, yo, what was that? Like, we heard that too. So we started looking under the car. At first we were thinking maybe it's a loose exhaust clamp. So I'm checking all my exhaust clamps, nothing, everything's tight. So I'm like, at this point I'm stumped. So I'm like, okay, let me drive it around a little bit more to try to, you know, isolate where the noise is coming from, because it sounded like it's coming from the bottom of the on the front end of the car, on the bottom. So as I'm driving around, it started to get worse. The car the car just started performing a lot worse. It started shaking. The noise is just weird. Like I couldn't isolate it. I'm like, man, where's this noise coming from? So obviously I'm getting disappointed at this point, because as soon as we get down to Orlando the first day, my car started messing up, so I couldn't, you know, at this point I'm like, man, you know, I can't really enjoy myself. It's a bummer. And everybody knows, if you're really into your car and, you know, and into maintaining your car, anytime your car acts up, you just don't feel good, man. It just messes up your whole vibe. So, but anyways, started doing some research, and as I'm doing research, the first things that pop up, you know, were, you know, spark plug issues, coil pack issues, and I did change out my spark plugs. I put Iridium spark plugs in my car, but that was about, I'm gonna say 2 years ago. I also changed out my coil packs to the Accel super coils. That was about 2 years ago, same time as I changed my spark plugs, and never had an issue with them. So I'm like, well, maybe one of my spark plugs or coil packs are going bad. So me and my club members decided to wait to the next day. This was Friday night. Decided to wait to the next day and go to the Dodge dealership. Actually, not the Dodge dealer. Yeah, the Dodge dealership, as y'all saw in the video, to get it checked out. So the next day we went to the Dodge dealership, and the service technician said they couldn't get me in that day. They were too busy. So at that point, because at first I wanted to make sure that, you know, if there's anything else that they can read or, you know, find out, because, oh, to rewind real quick, because my like the way the car was driving, like it was hesitating, it was shifting weird. So initially I thought it was transmission issues, and I thought that, you know, maybe I don't have any transmission fluid, because on some thread, and y'all, this is where searching stuff online can get real tricky and real I can't see nothing. I hate when you're trying to make a turn and you have this SUV in front of you. Anyways, where you search stuff online and, you know, you're thinking that, oh, people are right. Half the times people are dead wrong. But anyways, I searched online because our Chargers do not have a dipstick for the transmission. So what I did was, well, one of my club members searched online and I guess found somebody that said you use your oil dipstick. Obviously you take it out, you clean off the oil, but you use your oil dipstick to measure your transmission fluid, and it should read the same as your oil, your engine oil, as far as how much oil needs to be in there. So I take the dipstick out, wipe it off, stick it in the transmission fill tube where the dipstick would be, pull it out, nothing. So at that point I'm like, man, I don't have any transmission fluid, which tripped me out because I literally just got my transmission serviced at the dealership about a year ago. Never noticed any leaks. Looked under the car, no leaks, and I'm like, there's no way that I can be out of transmission fluid. My trans temps were fine, everything was cool. So to fast forward, because I know y'all getting bored with the story already, the next day went to the Dodge dealership, thinking that, okay, maybe I can, you know, get some transmission fluid and call it a day. Well, it started dawning on me on the way to the dealership. I'm like, well, even if it's low on transmission fluid, I don't think it'll be making that noise, you know, unless I blew something in my transmission. But I was like, I don't think it'll be making that noise. So I was like, let me hold off on adding transmission fluid, because the more research that I did, come to find out, there is a dipstick that you can buy online for 80 bucks that will actually read the transmission fluid levels in your car. But there's a specific steps you have to do in order to be able to get the reading. But anyways, I decided to skip that. So I went to the dealership. They told me they couldn't get me in that day, so we decided to go to AutoZone and get new spark plugs. Oh, real quick, while they were at the dealership, they did hook up the scan tool, and they read a code. Before I got to the dealership, I did not have a check engine light, but when I got to the dealership, they read the code. They read the they hooked up the scan tool and said that I'm having a misfire on cylinder number 2. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, oh, that's an easy fix. You know, I can get new spark plugs. That's real quick. I got tools. We can change that out real quick. So went to AutoZone, got new spark plugs, changed the spark plug out, still doing the same thing. So I'm like, okay, now I need to get a coil pack. Ended up getting a coil pack, as y'all saw in the video. Got a new coil pack, put that in, still having the same issue. So I put my old coil pack back in. I kept the new one, and I'm actually keeping that. If y'all need it, if somebody needs a coil pack, send me a message on my Instagram or comment below, and I'll get in contact with you, and you can have that coil pack. I'm looking at probably 60 bucks, since it's technically not brand new, since I did put it in a car and started it. So, but it is, I only started it once, shut the car off, and then took the coil pack back out. So I'm selling it for 60 bucks. Man, I've been sneezing a lot lately. So anyways, at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I've been driving the car and I'm hearing this noise, and it's only doing it under load. Like if I'm sitting revving the car, it's not doing it. If I'm in park neutral, it's not doing it. It's only when I'm putting a load on the car, when I have it in drive or in gear. So I did more research, and I don't know how I came across this, but I ran across the camshaft position sensor. Started reading up symptoms for a bad camshaft position sensor, and it's the exact same issues that I'm having. So I started thinking, because a part of the symptoms is that your engine will, you have pre-detonation, and your engine will start pinging and all that stuff. So I never knew, I mean, I've heard of the term pinging and pre-detonation, but I never knew what it actually sounded like. So I, you know, used my trusty dusty search tool on YouTube and typed in engine pinging noise. And lo and behold, the noise that I'm hearing is the exact noise, that I heard on YouTube. So my engine is pinging. So what I'm doing right now, I am at AutoZone. I'm going to pick up a camshaft position sensor. I think it's like 17 bucks or so. I'll show you guys the receipt as soon as I come out of here. And I'm gonna take it up to my roomie's shop. They're closing here in an hour or so, but I'm gonna take it up to his shop to see if they can swap out this camshaft position sensor for me, because it's much easier to do on the lift, because you have to take the starter off in order to get access to that sensor. So the starter's on the bottom right side, passenger side of the engine compartment. So yeah, you have to get access to it underneath. I'll show you guys here in a second if I get it done, if he can get me in today. If not today, I'm still gonna show you guys. It'll just be a different day. So, but yeah, that's the issues that I've been having. So I'm at AutoZone now, so I'm gonna get this part. So hope you guys stay posted. I know it's been about 10 minutes now, actually 11 minutes now that I've been talking. So I just want to make sure you guys knew everything that's been going on with my car and what I've been experiencing. So in case you guys experience the same issues, you guys can see if this situation or this camshaft position sensor actually fixed the issue, or if it didn't fix the issue, what the actual problem is going to be. So stay posted. All right, y'all. So got the part. The part was $15.40 with my military discount. It was like 17 something before the military discount. So this is this little part right here. It's crazy how a small part like this could make your car drive like complete crap. It's literally that small. But that is your camshaft position sensor. If y'all see it, I got the check engine light still. So I'm heading to the shop now. All right, YouTube, so I'm up here at All Stars. Y'all can see it. Fortunately, they cannot get me in right now, so I will be back first thing tomorrow morning to bring her up here and get this sensor changed out. So yeah. It's been a long weekend, y'all. Like, I've been stressing over this. I'm really hoping that this camshaft position sensor fixes this issue, because it's driving me nuts. And every time my car, something goes wrong in my car, the first thing, you know, my mind goes to is that it's gonna be super expensive. So we're gonna get this thing changed out first thing in the morning. So now it's tomorrow morning. And boom, we're back on the next day. Well, it's actually 2 days later. So actually I did not need to take it to All Stars. The cam position sensor was in a different location than what I thought. I watched the video. I'm pretty sure I made the same mistake a lot of people do, watching YouTube videos, and I ended up watching the wrong video. I think it was on a V6 charger that the cam position sensor is behind the starter underneath the car. However, on the 6.4, the cam position sensor is right on top, right next to the radiator tube. So I'm gonna show you guys. You can drive it, and then I can. It's right in here if y'all can see it. So it's crazy because changed out the cam position sensor, and though the symptoms that I looked up are exactly what I'm experiencing, it did not fix my issue. So I'm up here at Tuners to see if my tuner can figure something out. Right now we're about to do a compression check on the cylinder and see what's going on. So we'll see. We're about to find it out.
You gotta have one plug in. You can't pick both.
Oh yeah. I was wondering that too. I was like, how is he gonna do it? But
snug that down.
Okay.
And then we'll valve or piston or something. And I'll do it for you so you can see it. Watch the gauge.
All right.
That bitch is supposed to be up here. And no compression. It should be 170, 180 pounds.
All right.
Pull this one. Let's do it next to it.
Okay.
Okay? Just pull one of the plugs on that one.
That was 70.
Yeah.
So we did it on the compression test on the second one to try to compare the two. And we're about the same. So not sure what's going on. Oh man, these plugs look fine. I mean, they're brand new plugs. I put brand new plugs in these two right here. I did get a new coil pack, but since it didn't fix it, I put my old coil packs back in it. So I'm not sure what's going on with Cersei today. Well, not today, but since Friday. All right, so we decided to compare the other side on this side, do a compression test over here, because maybe this whole side over here is dead. Maybe I have a bad head or something like that, which I'm not looking forward to the cost of replacing that. Yeah, but we're about to compare. So we try to do the compression tests and comparisons, and everything is reading fairly the same. So we can't figure it out what's going on right now. So he's gonna pull it in on the dyno and run it up a couple of times. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna mash on it or anything like that, but to see what's going on with the car. So yeah, hopefully we can figure this thing out. I'm hoping it's nothing crazy expensive, like a bad head or something like that. But a lot of people are like, well, it could be a lifter, it could be a spring, it could be this, it could be that. And I'm like, it's weird, because if it was lifter related or head related, it would do it while I'm revving the car in neutral or on park. And it's not doing that. I'm not hearing the engine pinging or anything like that in neutral or on park. It's only doing it under load. And while I'm driving, of course, like I said, it just feels like I'm on half the power. And anytime I'm under full throttle, the car's shaking really bad to get up to power. So I'm not sure what's going on with it. So hopefully we can figure it out. The diagnostic hooked up. Definitely number 2 is not firing at all.
When you hit the load, it fires fine until you hit the load. So something's going on with it there. You feel it in the car right now, it's misfiring.
Yeah. Well, guess I gotta make an appointment. All right, so I'm back in Cersei. So I am taking it back to All Stars to see if they can figure something out. I'm hoping it's something as simple as a bad fuel injector, but my tuner was telling me that, you know, if my valves or lifters are, you know, completely failed and they're stuck closed, that can cause an issue as well. And you wouldn't hear that when you're just revving the engine. It would definitely cause the cylinder to die pretty much. So I'm hoping it's nothing serious. I done threw, I ain't gonna say quite a bit of money, but I spent $75 on a new coil pack. I spent, what was it, 20 bucks on a new set of plugs for cylinder number 2. I spent $14.50 on a cam sensor, cam position sensor. So when it comes to the fuel injectors, I don't think I could just buy one. I will have to buy a full set. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be around $300 to $500, maybe more, if it's that. But I'm hoping it's just that, because if I have to get the heads replaced or the valves, anything like that, it's gonna be much more expensive. So this is frustrating, y'all. Welcome to the world of car issues. I can say though, outside of like minor, I ain't gonna say minor, but outside of a couple of electrical components that I had to replace on the car, such as window motors and stuff like that, I never really had any engine trouble. Yeah, I never really had any engine trouble. So, and I got 97,000, almost 98,000 miles on the car right now. So I'm not too upset at the fact that I'm having engine trouble now. Yo, I've been sneezing a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, but like I said, I'm not too upset at the fact that it's giving me trouble, because I'm kind of expecting it now, especially since I'm approaching that 100,000 mile mark. But I'm just hoping that it's nothing serious. So about to pull up the All Stars and see what they're talking about. All right, so I'm up here at All Stars right now. Jay just pulled the car in, so he's hooking up the diagnostic tool and seeing what he can find out. So let's check it out. It's the man right here. Hopefully he can figure out everything, what's going on with it. Hopefully it's something simple as a fuel injector. Alright, YouTube, so I got bad news. We literally did everything, injectors, all that stuff, and the only thing we can suspect is that one of my valves has gone bad and they're not opening like they should or at all. So I gotta drop my car off because unfortunately today is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, and none of the shops are gonna be open except the dealership, which I'm trying to avoid the dealership just because I know they're gonna charge me up the yin yang just for labor alone to get the car either just diagnosed or fixed. So I got a guy that my guy Chris that y'all just saw at All Stars. He's real cool with a guy up the street that owns a shop. So I just talked to them, and I'm gonna be dropping the car off first thing Monday morning. So I'll be picking up a rental after that and going from there. So they said they're gonna definitely have it diagnosed on Monday and let me know what all needs to be replaced. I'm hoping it's something as simple as just the springs and valves, but if it's my entire head, might as well just upgrade it at that point for the price of new heads. Might as well upgrade to some ported heads. But we'll see. Hopefully it's not gonna be nothing too serious. We'll find out on Monday. So I'm just gonna end this video here just because it's gonna be way too long of a video to try to compile everything into one video. So if you like the contents of this video, I know I sound down right now. Yeah, I am down just because I'm seeing dollar signs. It's gonna get expensive, but what can you expect with a car that has 97,000 miles on it, almost 98,000, and you've been definitely driving it. I'm not gonna say like a maniac, but I've been driving this car for quite some time and never had issues. So I ain't gonna say it was due for it, but eventually after you drive so hard on your cars, if you drive your cars hard and stuff, eventually something's gonna break. So unfortunately it happened to me at this time. It's probably gonna ruin Christmas because I did have some plans for Cersei for Christmas, but priorities change all the time, and right now my main focus is to get her fixed. So but anyways, if you like the contents of this video, make sure you smash that like button. As always, I appreciate all my current subscribers. If you're not subscribed to this channel just yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. Share, comment, and also hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on what's going on with Cersei. It's that little bell, if you don't know which button to click, but it is that little bell, so it will notify you when I'm dropping a new video. So hashtags, I've been doing that. If y'all have not been following me, I've created a hashtag on IG. So if you want to show love to the channel, make sure you put the hashtag on your pictures, videos, or whatnot. I call this the Srtloop, SRTLUTE. Hashtag that in your pictures and videos to show love to the channel. So I appreciate that if y'all do. But yeah, till next time, YouTube, I hope y'all have a good day.